Hi, my name is Obia Oti, your usual host on Business and Career Building Series. This time around, I want to introduce a very important topic to us. And what is the topic I'm talking about? The topic I want to introduce is time is money. Let me repeat again. Time is money. Now, why am I talking about this topic this time around? The reason why I'm talking about this topic is that it is a well-known fact that time is one of the most important resources that people waste. A lot of people in the world today waste their time, and time is one important resource that if it is wasted, you will not get it back. Time lost, they say, is irrevocable. And that reminds me of a popular quote from William Shakespeare that says, I wasted time, and now time doth waste me. So, if you waste time, at the end of the day, you will be worse off for it. So, it's very important for us to learn how to manage our time wisely. That is why I want us to look at the topic that says time is money. A popular Nigerian musician in the early 80s called Mike Okiri sang a particular song. I'm sure many Nigerians will remember the lyrics of that song, which goes this way: time na money, time na money. Okay, so I'm sure many people remember this song. And in that song, he kept saying, no waka waka, no gossip gossip, do better thing, money go come. Na true word, I dey tell you so. Okay, please, why I recall this song is that it's a very important popular song around the time the song was sung, and it captures vividly what I want to say about time being money. Okay. Ordinarily, if people were given money and they asked to throw it away or waste it anyhow, many people would not want to do that. But most people waste their times these days. Remember, there is a difference between spending time and wasting time. So, I want employees, particularly those that have the intention of becoming entrepreneurs, to know, among many things, that any time that is wasted is very comparable to wasting money. So, in this topic, I'm going to point out to us many ways, practical ways of making sure that you don't waste your time, you maximize your time, you manage your time very well. Okay, so before we begin to look at the ways to manage our time very well, one of the things we need to identify is what are those major things that make us to waste our time, to throw away our time. These are things that we really need to identify before we go into the details of today's topic, which is time is money. Now, this is more or less going to look like a classroom session. So I'm going to use the whiteboard. Remember, the topic I said already is time is money. Time is money. Don't waste it. Let me extend it to time is money. Don't waste it. Okay. So, time is money. Don't waste it. The truth is that you cannot accomplish anything reasonable without using time. And if you are the kind of person that uses your time to do things that are irrelevant, things that are not important, things that will not add to your mission, things that will not improve or extend those things that you actually want to achieve in life, then you are merely wasting your time. Now, if we really want to maximize our time, if we really want to make use of our time as if we are making use of money, what are the necessary things that we are supposed to do in order to do it well? First of all, let me start from carrying out a very important time audit. Time audit, that's the first thing I'm going to talk about. Now, most people really waste their time, but they don't actually know what are the things that they indulge in, which constitute in their time wasting every day. So one of the first things you have to do is to audit your time and find out where your time is actually being wasted. Now, a simple way of doing it is to take a survey, maybe 1 week survey of your daily activities, and then use your timer, maybe the app on your phone, to actually time whatever you are doing every 30 minutes. When you are doing this, don't be too conscious that of the fact that the timer is on. Just continue what you are doing. Anytime the timer beeps to tell you that it is 30 minutes of each particular section of whatever you are doing, then find out what you are doing at that time and record it. If you carry out this process for about a week or so, you will now begin to determine the places where you put most of your time, and you have to look at it very critically to know whether these are things that is likely going to move your life forward, whether they are the things that are likely going to give you the result you want in life, move your career forward or not. If they are not, then you really need to look at your life properly and then begin to make amends. Okay, now, after a proper time audit and having discovered some of the places where your time go, what's the next thing you have to do in order to begin to take proper stock and move your time in the right direction? The next thing you have to do is planning. You have to plan your time. Number 2, planning. Whatever you want to achieve in life, you have to plan it. Nothing good comes easy, I usually say, and nothing good comes by accident. Everything is as a result of intelligent planning. If you don't plan well, if you don't plan intelligently, then the chances of success will be very slim. So you need to plan your time. By the time you are planning your time, there's another thing you need to do, which I put here as number 3. You need to strike out all the things that distract you, which are not relevant to the direction you want to go. So everything that is a distraction to your time, to your objectives, things that you want to achieve in life, everything that is distracting you from achieving them, they are not important to you. So you need to strike them out. So that's the thing you need to do. Okay. Then, by the time you have identified those things that are important to you, that brings us to another thing I want us to look at, which is a priority matrix. Let us look at the priority matrix, which people used to, which is used most of the time to explain proper time management. This is how the priority matrix look like. Okay. We have about it's like 3 columns each and 3 rows. So here on the priority matrix, we have urgent and not urgent. Then we have important and not important. So we have urgent here and then not urgent. I hope we are seeing this priority matrix. That's the priority matrix. So we have urgent here and not urgent this side. So we have not important here We have not important here and the important. Okay, let me write it in a way that will accommodate here better. Okay, not important. This place is not important. Okay, and then this is important. Okay, so every task here is not important. Here is important. Tasks here are urgent. Tasks here are not urgent. Okay, so how do you prioritize your time? How do you maximize your time using the priority matrix? Here, if a task is important and urgent, it means that you do what? You do it now. Do now. Every task that are important and urgent must be done immediately. Do now means do immediately. Immediately. Now, tasks that are important but not urgent will be the next thing you do. So do next. If a particular task is important but it's not urgent, it doesn't really require urgent attention, that's the next thing you do after doing those ones that are important and urgent. Now, how about those ones that are not important but they are equally urgent? There are certain tasks that you do, they are really not important but they are urgent. So what you do is that you do them later or you delegate. Do later. Or you do what? Delegate. Delegate means assign the task to some other person. It must not necessarily be done by yourself. Then how about tasks that are not important and not urgent? Because there are many tasks like that. So what do? You do what? Ignore them. Or you do them after you may have done every other thing, but mostly you ignore them. Now, if you do your daily activities with this time priority matrix in mind, you will notice that most of the things you do every day will be those things that are relevant to what you want to achieve. You will strike out so many irrelevancies in life. Remember the music of Mike Okri that I just mentioned. He said, no waka waka, no gossip gossip. So many people really spend their time going to places that are unnecessary. That is waka waka, moving up and down, moving irrelevantly. Gossip gossip, which is saying things that are not important, going to talk gossips which will not add to your life. Sometimes people ask me this question that how do you manage to accomplish some of the things you accomplish with the little time that you have at your disposal? For instance, was it last week somebody asked me, how do you even find time to write some of the books that you write, knowing fully well that you're a busy person, you have a very busy schedule, you work every day from morning till evening. So which time do you use to write? And my answer is very simple. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. Nobody has extra time. After a particular day, the next day starts again and you have 24 hours. After that day, the following day of that day starts again with another 24 hours. Now, what makes the difference is what you do with your time each day. It's very, very sad that so many people waste their time instead of spending it wisely. One of the biggest time wasters in today's world is the social media. A lot of people waste time on the internet. Mostly some of the social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, so many things. And most of the things people do is just mere entertainment. Another time wasting device that we have at home is the television. A lot of people sit in front of the television and before you know it, they have wasted so many hours really just looking at the television. One of the things that I do is that I hardly look at the television most times. Even though I have television and I subscribe even to DSTV, I pay most months I pay more than 14,000 naira to subscribe. But I select what I want to watch and the time I want to watch it. After watching, I just leave. I don't sit there looking at things that I didn't intend to watch from the beginning. So what we really need is discipline in terms of managing our time. If you are not disciplined in managing your time, you waste a lot of it. And each time you waste cannot come back. Unlike money, time is even more important, because if you waste money, it is possible that you can get that money back. But time that is lost is irrevocable. So we need to find a way to make proper use of our time. We need to plan our time very wisely every day. Why I'm emphasizing this way is that in business, in life, in every aspect of anything you want to do, to accomplish it within the deadline you give yourself, to really get things done and done successfully, you need to be conscious of the fact that time is a limited resource, like money is limited. So that is why I say time is money. And if you waste it, you can't get it back. Now, let me talk directly to business owners. Every day we set out to achieve something tangible as a business owner. Before you achieve anything that is tangible, you really need to be conscious of the fact that your time is one very important resource that you must handle very wisely. Find out what are the major things, what are the most important things that your business needs. What are the things you need to do in your business to achieve massive results? Every other thing that is not required for you to achieve that result in your business shouldn't demand your attention. The problem we have these days is that most people pay attention to things that are easy and ignore those ones that are difficult. Now, if you are doing your business, look out for those difficult tasks that are important, provided they will move your business forward. Those are the things that you are going to give your attention to. The same thing to employees. If you are working in a place as an employee, what you need to do is to identify those aspects of your work that you really need to put attention in order to accomplish much. Those ones that really don't affect your performance, that really don't push your performance to the high limits, then ignore them, just like we have in the priority matrix. So for employees that are thinking of starting a business, time management is very, very important. It is something that you really need to give your attention to fully. Otherwise, you will not achieve what you intend to achieve. Okay, so anything you are doing in life, always remember that your time is as important as your money, or even more important. Like I said, if you waste your time, you can't get it back. But if you waste your money, chances are you may still get it back. So time is even more important than money. Okay, let me quickly recap. Time is like money. Don't waste it. That is the topic. Then there are a lot of things that make us waste our time on daily basis. The more you limit those things, the more you eliminate them, the more you accomplish in life. So you need to find a way to plan your time better so as to accomplish more than you are accomplishing now. What I'm saying now is it applies to almost everybody. There is nobody that will say that this topic is not relevant to him or her. So pay attention to what you do every day. Find out all those things that really constitute waste of time in your life. Remove them. Concentrate on those things that are really important. There are so many examples of some of these things that I've said that are important and urgent, not important, not urgent, important, not important, not urgent, not important but urgent, important and urgent. There are so many instances. I can give many instances. For instance, browsing the social media as a form of entertainment really may not be important and not urgent. Okay? Then, if you are a business person, marketing your products is important and is urgent. Making sure that sales come is important and is urgent. These are things you are going to put your attention to. If you are an employee, for instance, you are a customer service person, immediately you get to the office, it's important and urgent that you attend to your customers as at the time they arrive there before you. So you can identify so many things based on what we have here. For instance, if you are an employee in a place, you cannot be browsing Facebook. You cannot be on Facebook when you are supposed to be attending to the customers at that time, which is both important and urgent. Okay, I will end this topic here. Just remember that time lost is irrevocable, and whatever you need to accomplish in life, you must not waste your time. Find a way to always maximize your time. Find a way to always plan yourself very well such that everything you do with your time will produce the results that you desire. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.